Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther and I'm the owner of Esther Z Handmade Crochet. And in today's video, we are going to make a cute little bee. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys my tutorial for the Bumblebee kit that I sell at market and on my website. My customers have been asking for me to make this tutorial for a while, so today I decided to do it. Stay with it. So first thing, we're going to open the box. Let's see what's inside. Alright, here we have polyfill and white. So these are the three colors that we are going to be working with. Crochet hook, a cute little sticker that I made, and then we have safety eyes, stitch marker, and a needle. So we're gonna put this aside. And right over here, we have the pattern. Let me show you. I have some instructions. So the stitches that we're going to be using: slip knot, yarn over, chain stitch, single crochet, increase, single crochet together, slip stitch, and fasten off. Right here, some pattern notes. I always like to give my customers options, even if you're a beginner. So we have the magic ring. I'll show you how to do it. But you can also close the circle with an alternative method, which is the chain to form a ring. And you can just read it over once you get these instructions. Alright, and color change. I'm also going to show you guys. And right in the back, we have the actual pattern. I had made a little mistake here, so I covered. But it was a minor mistake. I just didn't want to print out all this again, so I thought, why not just put a little mark on top. And then we have the wings and all the instructions you're gonna need to make it the bumblebee. Alright, so I'm gonna use the pattern from my iPad. I just think it's easier for me. Let me close this box. Alright, so we are ready to start. Let me pull out my pattern here. And a little tip, I like to start with the wings. So we're gonna have to make 2 wings for the bee. We are going to use the white yarn. First thing you have to do is start with a magic ring. You can also use the chain 2 method. I like to use magic ring just because it's easier for me. So let me show you how to make the magic ring first. Put the yarn around your fingers like this. Grab your crochet hook, insert, and pull up a loop. So you're gonna see it creates a circle, and we are going to chain 1. So this is chain 1, and we do not count as a stitch. Okay, round 1, 8 single crochets. So I'm going to insert my hook, and you can look it up how to make a single crochet. This is still a beginner pattern, but you need to know the stitches beforehand. So 1, 2, we are going to make 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what the pattern calls for. And you close. You see how I did? I pulled this string right here and I close the circle. On 2, we're going to go straight into the first single crochet. I like to do this, basically cover that first yarn. Actually, I made a mistake. Hold on. Round 2, it's going to be 2 double crochet in each stitch around. So we're going to wrap the yarn around your finger, around the hook. Let me redo this part. So round 2, 2 double crochet in each stitch around, and that's how you do double crochet. So like I said, you need to know the stitches beforehand, but this is how you do 8 double crochets. So grab some yarn over, insert your hook. I like to close this, so this is the tail. I like to put here just so it locks it in place. So grab some yarn, and you're going to pull through 2. Hey everyone, I just want to come back here and show you what I did for the wings. My phone was acting up and I didn't realize it was not recording until I finished the wings. Basically what we did, we double crochet all the way around. So we ended up with 16 double crochet, and that's the pattern for the wing. Pretty simple, but all you have to do is increase in each stitch around. So then you're going to end it up with 2 wings. I'm going to see how I am attaching them for. Moving on to the body, we are going to grab the yellow yarn, and round 1 says 8 single crochet into magic ring. So I'm gonna do that. Damn it, let's do it again. So we're gonna grab the yellow yarn and we are going to start making the magic ring. Round 1 says 8 single crochet into magic ring. That's what we're doing now. You already know how to make the magic ring. It's the same thing as we did for the wings. So we're going to go, let's grab the stitch marker, mark that first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's pull that tail to close the magic circle. Now we got it all closed up. Alright, round 2, 2 single crochet increase in each stitch around. So far similar to the wings, and the difference is we are using single crochet instead of double crochet. Okay, let's mark that first stitch, and we going to cover the tail, but honestly you don't need to because it's gonna be it's the body of the bee, so it's all good. 2, 4. So I'm going to do this round and I'll meet you once I'm done. We finished round 2, round 1 and round 2. Let's go to round 3. Round 3 says single crochet increase in the next stitch, which is this first one, and single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so we have increase in the beginning followed by a single crochet. So this is our repetition pattern. So we got an increase and a single crochet, and we're gonna do the same thing around till we get to the end. I'll meet you back here. Okay, we got to the end and we should have 24 single crochet. Okay, I did forget to mention in the beginning of the video, but the hook I'm using, it's a 7 millimeters, and it's mentioned in the pattern. Okay, so let's go to round number 4, and it's single crochet increase in the next stitch, single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So make this first one stitch marker, and then we have 1 increase in the beginning followed by 2 single crochets. Okay, so this is the pattern that we're going to do all the way around, and I'll meet you back here at the end. I made a mistake right here, so I'm just going to redo. I made 3 single crochet instead of 2. So let's go back. Okay everyone, my phone died when I was recording the last 2 rounds, but let me explain. It's pretty simple. So this is round 4 where we did 1 increase and 2 single crochets, and we did it all the way around. Round 5 and 6 are basically single crochets around each stitch, and this is the last one. So in total we have 36 single crochets. Okay, now we are going to move on. We're going to do color changes, and the way I like to do color change, there's different methods. I like to do this way. Basically we are going to undo the last stitch halfway. So we still have half of the stitch here. We're going to insert our hook, and we are going to start adding the black yarn. So we are going to insert and pull it through these 2 loops here. So now this last single crochet is done. We are going to make a little knot on the back to secure. Okay. Alright, so now we can continue. And the pattern says round 7 and 8 are going to be single crochet around each stitch. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. Okay, end of round 8, we're gonna remove a stitch marker and we're going to cut. Okay, this is round 8. We are going to do the same thing on round 9 and 10, but we are going to use yellow. So we're going to attach the yellow and we are going to make a knot. Made a knot in the back. And we are going to keep going, single crocheting around until we reach round 9. I recommend you adding the stitch marker so you don't get lost. I'll meet you back here when we have to change the color for black again. Okay, you guys, we finish round 10. So we single crochet round 9 and round 10 and 11. Round 11 and 12 are going to be the same thing. That's why this pattern I'm not showing you in detail too much, because it's a lot of repetition. So we are going to do the same thing. We're going to attach the black yarn. And I'm going to do round 11 and 12, same thing, and I'll meet you back here. Okay guys, I finished round 12. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to, I haven't finished the last stitch because we are going to join the yellow. Okay, you see you still have some yarn left. You can just put it to this. Alright, let's join the yellow yarn, make it a knot, just a simple knot, and we're going to go to round 13. 13th, round 13th. Single crochet in each stitch around. Alright, so we are going to do that. Single crochet around. I'll meet you at the end of round 13th. Okay guys, finished round 13th, round 14th. Now we are going to start the decreases. So single crochet 2 together means decrease, okay? So we basically grabbing the first loop of the yarn of the single crochet and grabbing the first loop of the second single crochet. You could also do in a different way. You can insert your hook, pull up some yarn, insert your hook again, pull up some yarn. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook and yarn over and pull through 3 loops. That's one option. I don't like to do that. I go with the invisible decrease, that's what we call it, I literally go, it's less yarn, so first loop, now I finish with finish my decrease, and I need to attach the stitch marker. So that's round 14, and we're going to single crochet 2 together, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and we are going to repeat this all the way around. I meet you back here once we are done with this round. Okay, so I finished round 14th, and I like to pause around this time to work on the face features and attach the eyes before we proceed, because this hole is going to get smaller, so it's better to do it right about now. We have here the safety eyes, and the way I do it, you see this line over here where we join the yarn together? This is kind of my guide. So I grab it and I'll go, I count 1, 2, 1 round, second round, more or less round 3. And let's see what the pattern says. Attach safety eyes to the bee's face between rounds 3 and 4. So yeah, 3 and 4. Okay? Okay, so we have the bottom here, and maybe right about here. So it's not really exact. This is just a guide. Okay, so maybe, so if you want the eyes to be closer, you can do that too. That's no problem. So, okay, that looks good to me. I'm going to grab, usually I like to add a little piece of fabric to make it extra secure. We're just going to grab the back of the safety eyes and I press until it reaches the lock of the eye. Grab the second one, press together. Okay, that seems good to go. And right about now we can also add the mouth. I like to make a little happy face to my animals. You don't have to, this is optional. With some black acrylic yarn, you can attach the mouth. I like to make them a little happy face. And the way I do it, I basically find a spot where it looks the middle of the mouth. So I insert the yarn and I go back to where I started, and right about the middle you see, it's pretty easy, and you insert on the bottom, go back to the start, always around here, and I like to make a little knot to secure. And all we're going to do, we're going to hide to the inside. So go inside and pull it all the way through, and it stays hidden. You see? I think it's cute. Okay? Okay guys, so what I also like to do, I like to sew the wings now. I just like it I like to hide everything, all the yarn ends, to the inside of the bee. So where you're going to attach the wings, it's on between the two black rounds. So it's going to be right around here. Basically, you have your yarn ready through the needle, more or less in the middle. That's how I like to position them. So insert the needle and also insert through the wing. I know this seems a little bit hard, but that's the best way I found it. So I go once, twice. On the third time, I grab this and I'll pull it through. So that secures it in place. It's not going to go and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and you kind of adjust. All right, let's grab the other one. This one, we can cut it later. Okay, so from the back, turn it this way. So this one we did it through the front. The second wing, I turn it back to me, and I like to leave one finger or one stitch between them. So right about here. This one, it is a little bit different. So you're gonna insert through the front and insert through. So this is 2 and the last one, and pull it all the way, secure in place, and insert this yarn tail through the stitch all the way to the inside of the bee. Okay, and I'm gonna cut this in a second. Okay, oh no. Okay, so let me cut this up. Now we are going to do round 15, which is basically a invisible, or you can use the other method for decrease. We're starting with the decrease stitch marker and 1 single crochet after that, all the way around. Okay guys, I finished round 15th, and we are going to pause now to insert this stuffing. Open this up, grab about half, and we basically insert and squish it in there, especially to the front part. Okay. Okay, let's do the last round, round 16th. It's basically all decreases, okay? So this is going to be a little harder. So if you want to use the other decrease method, you're welcome to. Another thing I'd like to point it out is I use a 7mm hook. However, if you'd like to use a smaller number of hook, you can still use it. 6.5, 5.5, even a 5.0 millimeters. You can still use with the blanket yarn. I just like chunkier and bigger toys. That's why I use a number 7. Plus my tension, it's looser. So, and this pattern, it's simple enough where you can adapt to even other kinds of yarn. You can use the same pattern for a acrylic, for a parfait chunky, or you can make it bigger with the parfait chunky XL or any other chenille yarn. This is a very adaptable pattern. Like I said, don't be afraid to test it out with different yarns. If you don't like to work with blanket yarn, no problem. Alright, so this is the last. You see we have a good bit of room to finish insert the, you can remove your stitch marker and keep inserting this stuffing. I like to have very firm toys. I don't like them to be floppy. So, and keep going. Let's use all the materials that we bought, that you have. Okay, so now we need to remove any fuss. We're not done yet. We need to finish it off. So we're going to do a slip stitch and pass the yarn through. Grab your needle, and all we're going to do here is sew this hole closed. I basically go around and just literally sew it together, side to side. Crocheting involves a lot of sewing, especially amigurumi. Amigurumi, which is a technique used to make toys. On the last one, I always like to finish like this, and okay, let's cut this shorter. And if you have any holes around here, you can go inside and hide through to the inside. It's like it never happened. So now you are going to squish it around and make sure your bee is just even it out the stuffing. So it's looking pretty cute. It's a handmade toy, so there's no perfection. Every person is going to be different for every person, the final product, but it should be more or less like this. Okay, so I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, or you can go to my Instagram and send me a direct message. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have more tutorials planned for this month. Stay tuned.